It's time to once again play your favorite game. Should that thing be really named after Newton? If you've visited this channel before, then you know the answer is no, that should not be named after Newton. But what are we talking about today? It's Newton's cradle, which is such a staple of an office toy, which is such a beautiful demonstration of Newton's third law and the conservation of momentum and energy. How could this not be due to Newton? As it turns out, the principle demonstrated by the collision of the pendulums was already known to Edmé Mariotte in 1671, some 16 years before Newton talked about it in his Principia Mathematica, and Mariotte published an entire treatise about the collision of bodies to explain this effect. And not just Edmé Mariotte, there were several other mathematicians and physicists at the time before Newton who also studied and experimented and explained what was happening with the pendulums, such as Christopher Wren, John Wallis, or Christian Huygens. Now, to Newton's credit, he does acknowledge the work of all those mathematicians and physicists in his Principia. So why is Newton's cradle called Newton's cradle? Well, the story gets a little weird here because it looks like it was an actor in 1967 who created a wooden model of the cradle. This actor was Simon Preble, and he named it apparently after Newton. And it turns out that the first chrome model, the typical model you see in offices, was invented or created by a director, a movie director, Richard Loncraine, who ended up directing episodes, for example, of Band of Brothers. In any case, I think we should call this toy after Edmé Mariotte and call it Mariotte's cradle.